We are on our way to London to celebrate our 7-year anniversary, but also my first year in business as well. So we're going to be going around London and I'm going to be sharing lots of tips for building a 6-figure business in 12 months in terms of what I've picked up, not only from this business, but in other businesses as well. Yeah, so come with us around London. One of the things I really think that people miss is using their own network and really leveraging all those professional colleagues that they've had from maybe their past jobs, but even friends and family that might be able to refer you to someone. The likelihood is that your customers are all around you and you just don't realise it, or maybe you do realise it and you're just not selling to them. So that's a massive, massive tip for getting your first wins in your business. I'd also recommend that you spend at least 15 minutes a day just learning about growth mindset, because that's going to help you overcome the imposter syndrome. It's going to help you try things when you don't want to. It's going to help you reframe how you feel about making mistakes and being kind of visibly selling online. So I think a growth mindset is one of the biggest changes that I've seen in my own self. And I learned about growth mindset literally through reading a book and then consuming lots more knowledge. Look at the way I do business, look at myself, and just look at the way I achieve things in life as well. So it's made a huge, huge difference just to my well-being generally. So yeah, that's an important one. But also drink lots of water every day. If you are not hydrated, you will experience a lot less productivity because your brain just can't function as well. So drinking water is one of the biggest tips that I've got just for everybody, not if you're just a business owner. So the first tip I have is to create a high ticket product, because it's way easier to sell something that's high ticket than it is low ticket. And speaking of high ticket, we are currently 35 floors up really high at the Shard. I'm going to show you some videos of the view in a sec. My next tip is to spend like 10-15 minutes a day on a press strategy to increase your credibility. What's the next tip? Take a day off. If you've got a business, you've got to take a day off. Is that right? That's right. If you're running your own business, you've got to take a day off. Not only is it great for innovation because your brain has downtime, it's also great for looking after your well-being, preventing burnout, and also when you do sit down to work and you've had a rest before, you will be able to be more productive, you will implement faster, and you will make more money. That is a fact.
No way.
My next tip is to experiment, because when you test things, you can replicate what's working and drop anything that isn't. My next tip is to post educational and inspirational content every single day, just because you want to get as much visibility as possible, but also you want to inspire people to connect with you and buy from you. On our way to Crazy Golf to finish the night, just to have some fun really, which reminds me that the biggest thing about your business is that it has to be fun. Like, what's the point in starting a business if you don't actually find it fun, want to do it and enjoy yourself along the way? So that's a massive one for me. Don't forget, if you are enjoying watching me run around London giving you tips, then you can book a free call with me and I will have a look at your business, have a look at your strategy, your sales, your marketing, your mindset, the whole lot, and really help you dissect what's working and what's not working, so that I can give you some implementable tips, but also so that you can find out how you can work with me as well. So if you are wondering how you can make more money in your business and increase your happiness and look after your well-being all at the same time, then don't forget to book a call with me in the comments. We are just about to leave the hotel on our last day and head to the Natural History Museum, and then we may go to Bond Street, head for some lunch, and then it's home time. Can we take a moment to appreciate how beautiful Paul's new car is? It's electric. Change of plan. We are not at the Natural History Museum, we are at the National Science Museum instead, because Paul loves science. He's a scientist.
There was one nurse called Maureen that actually complained about how long I'd been in 7 days, which is quite a long time.
taken a personality test at the National Science Museum, which is something I do with my clients all the time, because when you understand your personality, you can actually change the way that you behave, you can change the way that you work, and you can change the way you make money as well, so it feels more natural and so that it feels more enjoyable. So if you've never done a personality test and you want to hit 6 figures and you want to hit 10k months, then I would seriously recommend taking a personality test and understanding how you work and what you enjoy and just your own psychology, really, because it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to keep looking around the museum now. The feelings bit of the Science Museum, another really important thing is to tune into how you feel, because a lot of how you feel will impact how you work and your ability to sell online. So you really need to be in tune with your emotions and able to manage them. So that's a really important one. I really want you to remember you are the pilot and you get to drive your business in whatever way that you want to. A lot of people think there are rules, but there aren't. There are very few rules to building your business. So you can literally do what you want and just build your business and take off and start making money as soon as you want to. Don't let anyone tell you there's a right or wrong way, unless it's obviously ethical or legal, or you've paid for someone else's expertise, obviously.
Is that you?
So one of the biggest things that I think isn't talked about enough is your ability to work full-time. If you can work full-time, you've got way more chance of building a 6-figure business, and it's the fundamental reason that I didn't reach 6 figures in my first 12 months, because I worked part-time, I had a full-time job in the first 3 months, I took 4 months off with illness, and it's just not possible. But if you can increase your hours, then your chances of obviously hitting 10k months is going to be much higher, of course. But it's way more important that we look after our babies, that we look after our well-being, and that we do it at our own pace, because then it's going to be more sustainable for you. We have just left London, so we're on our way home to pick Lucas up. So I'm just going to round this up a little bit. Firstly, building a 6-figure business is just not necessary. Like, you don't have to build a 6-figure business. You just have to build a business that you're comfortable with, right? That pays your bills, that pays for the things that you want. So if you have this like unparalleled ambition and that's what you want to do, then great. But building a 6-figure business is actually the exception. It's not the rule. It's very uncommon for businesses to reach 6 figures in revenue. So if you manage it, then it's a really amazing thing that you've done, for sure. But I want people to feel like and know that it is hard. It's a really hard thing to do, and it is quite unusual. And because of the kind of online world, we downplay how hard it is to reach 10k months and how hard it is to reach a 6-figure business, because it's out there and we follow coaches and we follow other business owners. We kind of often see that it's out there and we see it frequently because we're absorbing all of this content and all of this information. But what we don't see is the businesses that aren't sharing that information, that aren't sharing the struggles, and often some of the coaches as well that are also struggling. It's not normal, and you shouldn't feel bad, and you should have self-compassion for yourself if you've not quite got there yet, especially if you're early on in your journey, which is why I'm so self-compassionate with myself. You know, I'm frustrated that I couldn't reach 6 figures in year 1, for sure, but I'm grateful I'm on this journey anyway. I accept that I had a period of illness. I accept that I have a baby. I accept that I had to work full time for a while. I actively look after my well-being and take breaks against people's advice. I don't work full time. I do all of these things which actually prevent me from building a 6-figure business, but that look after my mental well-being, and providing I can pay my bills and I'm happy, then, you know, that's good enough for me. So yeah, they're my top tips. I am projected to reach 6 figures within 12 months of going full-time on my business, which is what I always wanted, and I'm celebrating that. And all of these tips are things that I've done to get to that projection, and I think I'm actually going to surpass 6 figures in revenue, actually. And then my next goal will be 6 figures in profit, so watch this space. So, just got home from London, so I'm going to wrap this up. Where do I start? Firstly, like, all of these things are all well and good, but they can't be replaced by a really good marketing strategy. Like, your marketing strategy is what makes the business, in my opinion. But also, having a 6-figure business is the goal for some people. It certainly is for me, but it's more about how many people I can help and my purpose and the life that I can provide for my family. So it actually isn't about the 6-figure business. It's actually about what I can do with the money and what I can do with my time and who I can hire and lots more purpose-driven things. So if you are currently building a 6-figure business, I want you to know that it is the exception, not the norm. Like, most businesses don't get to 6-figure revenue, but because we take to the online space and we see lots of coaches and business owners talking about how they got there, we think it is the norm because it's what we see all the time. And we don't actually see the business owners who don't make it and aren't kind of peddling that narrative. Now, I fully believe that those people who really put everything into their business and listen to the advice and have a good product and have the right mindset can build a 6-figure business. I feel like that is just accessible to everybody if they put their mind to it. It isn't the norm, it is the exception, and it's really worth us recognizing that we need to be self-compassionate and we need to understand that it isn't easy. It's very hard, and even if you implement everything, it can still feel very hard. So my biggest kind of tip for anyone building a business of that size is to tune into your why. Why are you doing it? Do you need it or do you want it? Who are you helping? What problem are you solving? Why is that important? Because if you can do all of that, then the money will follow anyway. So that has to be the biggest tip of them all. Like, you follow your purpose and you follow why you're actually doing things. That's what's going to make the biggest difference to the world and whether you are able to build the thing that you want to build. I hope it's been useful. I think that's it.